Actually, before we go on, this is on a sober note. I was deeply saddened today to hear that Stanley is no longer with us. He was 95. He had a fabulous life. Thank you. When I was 11, I decided I was going to be a professional comic book artist for a living. And happily, I had parents who never tried to dissuade me from so atypical a career path for a military brat. My dad was a fighter pilot. And in 1974, I went to New York City and I banged on Stan's door. And he said, "What do you want, kid?" And I said, "I want to work for you, Stan." And he said, "Go talk to John Romita. He's the art director." It's like, Flo, who let this kid in here? Unfortunately, fabulous Flo Steinberg wasn't working there at that point anyway. So John Romita offered me a job as an inker. And I had, even then, I was not crazy about the fact that comics in those days were created, it was kind of like an assembly line. Like everyone was a specialist. And I wanted to do everything because I'm a big show-off. I wanted to take all the credit or accept all the blame, for everything I did. So I thought long and hard about it and thought, you know what, I should really go back to school and actually build some skills, because at that point all I could really do is copy other people's comics. I mean, I wanted to be Jack Kirby when I grew up. So I went back to school.
Thanks for that decision, by the way.
Indeed. Were it not for this decision, my lovely and talented assistant here would not be here, because on the first day of school, I met my wonderful wife, Joan, who is the co-creator of the Comics and Graphic Novels program, and also is a graphic novelist, and her book, her autobiographic memoir, Aurora Borealis, will be published by Conundrum in the spring. The War Bears compilation will be published in hardcover in the spring. And Alex, you have something coming out in the spring, do you not?
Well, I wasn't going to announce it yet, but here we are.
Sorry. No, he
it's
doesn't.
fine. Okay,
wow, this is great.
It's in the works.
I didn't mean to out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just it's okay. Cloudscape Comics. I pitched my webcomic Dregs to them a little while ago, and they have expressed interest in putting it in their 2019 lineup. So
really,
yeah, forward to seeing that next year.
Holy moly!
They work real slow, but
yeah. We're creating.
Oh! Hey! 2 point shift.
Yo!
Press start.
Hit the start button.
Sorry.
Yeah. Cool.
That's 5 in a row.
What just happened?
We got a point.
Right now, that was me.
The 8 hours of work doing nothing has netted us 5 points in a row. We haven't crashed in 40 hours.
You just hold
That's
down
not
the
possible.
accelerator. It takes a sec to start up.
That is crazy.
Yeah, hit the left
as long as we're
steering wheel,
announcing
you'll
new
see
comic
moving.
stuff.
Yeah, you just got to hold down the accelerator again.
This is the important stuff.
After everybody's like,
Yes, Ben, yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. So
All right,
as if
we're off.
that wasn't enough.
Sorry to interrupt.
After Desert Bus, I have a new comics project that I'm going to be announcing. I did like a little teaser because I didn't want to announce it like during Desert Bus because the content is like a harsh non-bo of the event. But look forward to that later.
Cool. So we're creating a dynasty.
And to clarify, just for some people in chat, when you say you went and knocked on his door, you meant you went to the Marvel offices.
Yes.
Not
Not
his
his
personal
house.
residence.
I did not go to his house.
No.
Yeah, specifically.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
That is totally not
FYI.
okay.
Also, a lot harder to do before the internet.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, so I did eventually go back and I worked for Marvel and drew Iron Man and stuff like that, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, playing in someone else's sandbox and doing other people's intellectual property, doing work for hire. It's great fun, but I wanted to do my own stuff, create my own stuff, and this segues nicely into why I'm dressed like this. It's strangely enough because in the late 80s, when Marvel and DC both started doing create your own works, I pitched them the idea of doing a Thunderbirds comic. And so the art director said, "Oh, that's really cool. We remember Thunderbirds." And so I contacted Jerry Anderson, and he said, "Well, this sounds interesting. I'll send over some tapes." So a bunch of guys at the DC offices got together and watched tapes of Thunderbirds, which they hadn't seen since they were like 7, and it did not go well. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's."
Oh. Come on, this is awesome!
I thought so too, but it was more based on the comic by by Frank Bellamy, who's like a big influence of mine.
You couldn't get through to them. It's like, yeah, it looks kind of stupid, but I'm drawing a comic.
Exactly.
I'm not making.
No.
I'm not going to draw them like puppets.
No. So anyway, so that didn't
well.
happen. But the good news was I ended up doing Tempest Fugitive, which was the other project I pitched, which was my own intellectual property, which is a much better thing. So if anybody wants to make a TV series or a movie out of Tempest Fugitive,
It's totally sick.
it's yeah. Okay, so enough of segue. By the way, the best quote. I think there's always controversy and stuff about who created what and so on. Jim Stranko, the guy who created the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we know and love today, pretty much, though he already existed, said, quote, Stan Lee created the Marvel Universe, aided and abetted by guys like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and me, Jim Steranko. And I think that was really well put, because Stan was kind of the heart of Marvel, and it was, you just have to look at the work that people did when they're working with him at Marvel, and you look at work, absent his presence, and there's a marked difference. So anyway, I bid hail and farewell to Stan, and thanks from the bottom of my heart for being so much a part of my childhood, my adulthood, and everything else. Now about those movies. The Last Avengers. Don't get me started.
Wait till part 2.
We won't.
Okay. Wait, what? We just watched Ant-Man and the Wonderful Wasp, and at the end of it, I'm like, no. No spoilers. Okay.